Well, I just came out to the garage and up the tire on the John Deere lawnmower, and I'll show you that in a second. And the tire has gone flat again, so I'm gonna have to find some other way to fix it, including this tire too. But I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm not using the homelite XO12 chainsaws anymore. But the reason why I switched back to the modern chainsaws, which is that one as a replacement of the XO12. The reason why I don't want to run the XO12 anymore because there's no chain brake on them and no safety gear that was added onto it, and it was a lot more dangerous to use than the other saws, including this one and Husqvarna and Steel, Stark and Ryobi and the Sidniks, including the Atlas. But I don't use the Atlas. But that's the reason why. But I'll show you the demonstration of the chain brake on the saw. Why I like the saws with chain brakes on them. So the reason I like the modern saws way better than the homelite XO12, it's just not worth running the XO12s anymore. Not for me. They're too loud, noisy, heavy. These things are quiet and safer and easy to use. That's why I like the modern saws a lot better. But I'm just not into the homelite chainsaws anymore. But I think I'm not going to run the homelite XL anymore, but I think I want to switch over to a new modern top handle chainsaw as a replacement. So that's the reason why I want to switch back to the Husqvarna and Steel and Ryobi and Craftsman. And there was another Craftsman I had, which is it was made by Husqvarna in Poland. My Aunt Joe was going to be making some Craftsman decals for that saw. And that's why I'm going to call it a Craftsman with a name brand decal on it. But I definitely love this saw. I do take care of it. I leave the jets where they were after we tune it. It does richen up fine when it's cold. No need to tune. No need to tune the carburetor. And the auto speed is only turn just a little. Make it idle a little fast. And leave it alone. There's a grease tip. I can keep greasing it. I think I ran out of grease, but don't fret. You can always still buy these. You can buy them at Home Depot and order them online, Amazon. Amazon sells them. I usually buy them off Amazon or Home Depot. whichever. But that's why I bought that saw as a replacement of the Homelite XL12, which I'll show you that just now. This heavy beast out. Here's the XL12 I still have, but I cannot absolutely never get this fan running at all anymore. Still got compression, but I just don't want to run. That's why this fan's junk. I don't like it. The reason why I replaced it with a new one, because there's no chain brakes on it, because it's a lot more dangerous to use than the other saws. But that's why I don't like it. So I'm not going to fix it anymore. I'm just going to put it away and never fool with it no more. But it was heavy. And that's why I like the modern saws a lot better, which is very lightweight and easy to use. Starts up real quick where you don't have to choke it again. But that's the reason why I like modern saws better, because the chain brakes are already installed. And they're very easy to start. And they're very easy to use to cut wood. That's why I like them. I like Husqvarna and Craftsman and Steel way a lot better than the Homelites. I like the modern saws way a lot better than the Homelites. I like the modern saws better. But it does stand up sometimes. But it does balance. That's okay. It will balance, but it does balance. That's because it runs a 22-inch bar. It's a 52cc. It does got plenty of power. And it oils way a lot quicker without pressing the manual oiler, because it'll wear out your thumb. That's why. I'm just not a Homelite guy anymore. I like modern saws way a lot better. That's why I like it. That's why I like it better. I like Husqvarna and Steel and that thing, including the Stark. They're way a lot better. But it is getting ready to get dark soon. I ain't gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back inside, because my meeting on the phone starts in a few minutes. But like I said, I'm not a Homelite guy anymore. I don't like homelites. I still watch JK's Saw Shop, but he's still got homelites. But JK, I'm not trying to make you mad or anything. If you're not a homelight guy like I am, if you're running modern saws like me, let me know in the comments below. But this is almost looks similar, just like one of your Husqvarna chainsaws. But that recoil reminds me of one of them. I almost got myself cut when I jumped. But I like it. I'll find some way to make a link to the description if you want to get one of these and try them out for yourself. Let me know in the comments below if y'all think it's a good saw. You can go get yourself one of these. But if they don't have a throw catch, don't worry. They will start without one. I just put my Sailor Master Pro carburetor onto it because that's why I like it. Where you pull choke out, push choke in. That's the throw lock. I'll show you. Pull choke out, push choke in, turn on your kill switch. Sorry, but I turned the auto jet out just a little bit because I wanted to idle a little bit slower, not fast. But at least just a little bit more. But just a little bit more and that's it. Let me turn it in just a little bit more. I'm going to start it up again and see what it does. But I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave the auto speed right there. But I'm just going to leave the carburetor jets alone. I'm just going to keep them the way it runs from the factory. But it does have plenty of power. It's got a lot of power. And I might see if I can get that feel a little bit more into it, but I think I got it halfway in because That's probably the reason why it was kind of acting funny. Let me go ahead and check it out real quick before I pause the video. Whoops. Okay, it is pushed in all the way, but it's a little bit close. I can definitely push it in a little bit more. I think maybe the way the pickup design is definitely doing that, because that's why it's a little bit funny, but I think it'll be okay. But I always take the air filter off and clean the air filter, and always clean up the carburetor with choke on, so that way the dust and debris won't even get into it when I blow it out with the air compressor when I'm done using it. I always like taking good care of it, including the Husqvarna and steel and the start. If y'all want to get one of these, go get you one off eBay and try it out for yourself, and let me know in the comments below. Anyways, thank y'all for watching.